Hi, I'm Troy McClure. Johnny has whittled this from a solid block of steel. Final touches and we can put a ragtop on. Oh dear, you're not used to this workshop dog malarkey, are you? See you guys, we're getting... Hi, welcome back to the Clean Classics workshop. Quick update on this, we're still running the test. A little bit of tweaking still going on in the background, but we're getting much closer. Really happy with how this system's gone in overall. So, bit more testing. We really like to sort of stress test it, get it through the charge cycles and understand how the system's going to work, but progressing nicely on that. We are also going to take a look at the White 90 over here that's having a ragtop fitted. Really exciting announcement to make about us selling into Europe and some partners we have over there in the Netherlands. So keep watching to find a bit more about that. And we're going to take a little bit of a look at how we manage the workshop and sort of how we're trying to sort of plan for the future in terms of keeping that seamless. So yeah. So this one here is a bit of a change of pace. At the moment we're fitting an Exmoor trim ragtop kit to this Defender. The owner of this car is a friend of ours who his local garage didn't really know that much about Defenders or what to do. And Land Rovers are what we do, so yeah, we got talking to him and there's a bunch of little bits that need sorting out in it, and then a couple of bigger ideas he wanted to change. It had a cab fitted and now we're switching it to the ragtop. Other things are on the cards. We're definitely going to fit some bench seats in the back. We're going to let him try it out with the ragtop and then we're going to see if we do a bulkhead delete on it as well. So the way we're working with this one, he's using it all the time. So we've had it in for a couple of days. Finally, he's been very patient. We finally had a window where we could do the work for him, do one big job and a few little jobs around it. And then a couple of weeks time, we'll do the same again on the next job and so on, and just keep fitting it in when we have a little window of opportunity to get it sorted for him. So yeah, it's quite fun to do something a bit different. We're back from LRO now. It was we had a fantastic weekend there. Just loved going there and chatting to everyone about all the just Land Rover, everything. It was actually so interesting to see how the amount of knowledge about electric cars, electric conversions, what's on offer, how much to expect them to cost. It was chalk and cheese versus going last year. There's so much more awareness about it, which is really cool. So, and yeah, there was some really good chats with some people about what we do and how we do it. If you've been watching the socials, you might have seen we had a bit of an announcement after the LRO, but basically this car here belongs to the guys at Sons 4x4 over in the Netherlands, and this is our first build for them, but the idea is they are going to be our men on the ground in Europe. Anyone over in Europe who wants to get one of our Clean Classics conversions, Sons 4x4 are going to be the guys to go to. So we'll get this one done for them. We're going to be sending them crate kits, which is another first for us. So this one, we'll build it, we'll send it as a crate kit, and then they can feed back to us how well that works, so on and so forth. It's kind of a bit of a test on that front. But then, yeah, it won't be too long before they can start fitting our systems to customer vehicles over in Europe. So really excited to begin our journey with the guys at Sons 4x4 on that. On those crate kits, hopefully have it all routed out this year pretty well, but any commercial level partners who are interested in crate kits for series Land Rovers, that is something that we're going to be doing soon. Yeah, get in touch if you're interested. You might remember that actually we've just put a mock build into here, so it doesn't have any of its batteries. it's pretty obvious it doesn't have any of its plumbing, none of the HV cables, none of that. So, which was actually really cool, just to simplify the visuals at the show for people to have a look at how our system goes together. But now what we've got to do, we'll take it all back out again. We have to actually build up the battery packs to put inside the boxes. Each battery pack has its own BMS loom and then high voltage cabling that needs doing. And we'll also put our vehicle and sort of systems loom together. There's a couple of different electrical looms we need to build to generally get all of the rest of the ancillaries and the rest of the build together, buttoned up. So obviously I've spoken about this being sent off as a kit, and right now it's already bolted into the car, but this is the first left-hand drive car we've had our hands on, so we're effectively doing a thorough test fit to make sure all of our system fits as it is. Fortunately, it is generally just going to go in with a few minor things we have to address.
So this is the 90 that we've just put a new hood and hood stick set on. It also came in with another job list of things to do. It's been to another garage for some other work, and they don't really know Land Rovers that well, so there's various things. You know, the steering column cowling is all loose, where they fitted an indicator switch to it a while ago. And this door was poorly adjusted, wouldn't stay shut, and the window had come out of its runners. The door carb was all off and in the back, and so I've just gone through it, got all the window back in its runners, got it all adjusted up so it goes up and down lovely, and adjusted the door so it actually shuts.
So we can see in all the data on YouTube that we're getting loads of views. You guys are obviously enjoying what we're putting out there, but over 50% of our viewers aren't subscribed to our channel. So it would be super valuable for us. If you are enjoying the content we're putting out there, please subscribe, like, all of that stuff down here. It's really helpful for us to grow this channel, and so yeah, thanks. Dubby's back. Hello. Oh, you're all right. You can lie there for now. That's fine. You get all grubby like a workshop dog should be.
What happened, Alfie? You in charge, Dub?
Good gel.
That's a proper.
So I thought it'd be worth talking through a bit of software we've started using. We're still figuring out exactly how we use it, but it's a really useful tool, and it's very new, so there's lots of new features coming out constantly. And it's basically what we're using to manage the workshop, to manage stock, and actually linking that through to our accountancy software. And also it's a means of communicating with the customer very directly and very efficiently, which is actually what the original design of this software was about communicating with customers, but now it's integrated a load of extra features for these kind of specific environments where it's not like we're a big industrial scale thing. It's a small workshop with a lot of there's quite a lot of custom bits going on. Everything's a little bit different. Whilst our actual EV conversions now are sort of becoming an off-the-shelf thing, there's still generally, most of our builds have got few bits going on that are a bit custom, you know, like the ragtop we were looking at earlier. There's always other elements, and this piece of software just integrates that so much nicer than any other things that are out there on offer. And as with anything, it takes a bit of learning to get used to, and we're sort of at the moment we're in a bit of a slow trial phase where I'm sort of getting the guys to get used to it, see how we want to use it and move forward. So each project has its own profile, which we send an invite to the customer so they can view all the updates we put out there. We can put pictures, we can put video, We've actually used it really effectively to ask specific questions about what we want to do with certain parts. We'll just take a photo of the part, put a question in, and then the customer can come and have a look. But basically, it's just like it's got a timeline that's got all of the different things we're doing on the car, the progress, and yeah, little conversations we want to have on that. So this is the core of this software, and is absolutely fantastic. I've already had really good feedback from our customers about how nice it is just to see the progress. Over and above communicating with the customer, that is sort of the software's core, it's also got some fantastic little project management features that allow us to keep track of how we're getting on the build, the amount of time spent, and the parts that have been allocated to each individual build. And the whole thing works on a QR code system. So down here we've got the live projects that we've got. We always have just a physical clipboard, and that's got each task on that job has its own QR code. And the guys down there can scan the QR code when they've done, that says front axle rebuild there. If they've done some work associated with that, they can add some time and make some notes as to exactly what they've done, and it just instantly feeds back up to us what they've been up to. And like right now, there's only a handful of us here, but moving forward, this kind of information and this sort of way of managing it is going to just help us expand and help just keep a control on everything. Also, moving forward, we'll know exactly how much time we spent on various different jobs, and the sort of estimating and quoting for things becomes that much more accurate, which is always nice for customers to know they're getting an answer that's closer to reality. What's also great about this software, and is actually the thing that got my attention, is its stock management system, which again uses these QR codes. Every location where we hold stock has its own QR code, and the guys, either when stock turns up or when we remove it from the shelves, it's super easy just to use a phone. We've also got a little tablet down in the workshop if the guys don't want to use a phone, and you can just say what's come out of stock, what's going into stock. You can just keep a track of stuff as it's going on. It's a bit of a learning curve for everyone to get used to just doing that, but it's such a simple step versus trying to write it down somewhere and then that getting lost, or having sort of a more mechanical process. It's it's a really smart way of doing it.
Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like and subscribe.